Hey, well, let's start. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us so early this morning. My name is Frank Crandall, and I'm here Tech Tuesday with my buddy William Kerbox, who lives in the Malibu area of California, the high rent district, as I call it. Anyway, thank you, Bill, for coming on. And Bill is going to be sharing something that is sweeping the world called ChatGPT. But I want to preface it by saying there's a lot of people who don't even still know what that is, and it's basically AI. And Bill's going to show you basics today of how to get into Chat GPT. And this phone call or Zoom call, don't worry, we don't go an hour, we don't go 30 minutes, we go about 20 minutes because that's all of my ADD that can handle. So I'm very short, very quick. I respect your guys' time because you guys got other things to do. And with that, Mr. Kerbox, please take it away.
All right, you got it, Frank. Thanks for having me. Hey, it's good to see you this morning, Jeff. How are you? Just yesterday I saw somebody on Workplace, whatever, they're touting a new book, passive prospecting. I just think that's almost an oxymoron. So what we're going to talk about today is active prospecting and some of the tools, tips, and tricks for using chat. So ChatGPT is here to stay. It's artificial intelligence. It's already being used. It's been used for a long time. It's just now when that website came out and people are starting to realize. So the shortest possible explanation of ChatGPT is it's a tool that you can use for your benefit. It's going to save you time on everything. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to start at the bottom of my list. I have 5 things that I wanted to talk about. But the first one is if you're looking for buyers and you're using YouTube and using, of course, other social media, you definitely don't want to have a script, but you want to have an outline. So I'm going to share my screen here. I simply put in, I'll show you guys in 2 seconds here. Let me share my screen. Okay, so I simply went into chat. Can everybody see my screen here?
Yep.
Okay, so what did I say? I went into, and by the way, how you ask chat, the question is very important, and it will affect the result. You can ask for friendly, you can ask for business-like, you can ask for conversational. But here's what I said. Chat, write a 30-second video script for the top reasons to move to Malibu. So what did it do? It already told me, open with a beautiful shot of Malibu beaches for the video, critical. Then it even told me basically what I could be saying. Hey, welcome to Malibu, California. It's a beautiful coastal city, a short drive from Los Angeles. Here are the top reasons that you should make your move to Malibu. And then it tells you, cut to a shot of a beautiful Malibu home. Okay, then it goes on to the voice, talking about the properties, right? You cut to a shot of the lifestyle, people enjoying the activities. Then you talk a little bit about some of the things that you can do there. It goes on. It even tells you to talk about maybe a local restaurant. You have a picture of, in this case, on the pier in Malibu. And then it tells you how to close it. So if there's no reason that you cannot use your iPhone really to do this if you want. But if you're going to go on to YouTube, you can very easily just use the generalized, script that they're giving you here, and to be able to start to let people know. Because I was living in Florida for a while, and we were looking for different cities, and YouTube was absolutely the way that I went. So use ChatGPT to create an outline for an area video. It'll tell you what shots to cut through. And by the way, if you're just on YouTube and you don't have the ability to edit, just go ahead and talk about the things here. I've asked for 5 from chat. It gave me them in a very clear way. Okay, so the next thing to use ChatGPT is for really helping to establish your credibility as the local expert. So I want to show you, I have one of my clients that I work in in Beverly Hills. And let's see here. So we went in and we talked a little bit about, well, here's an alternate one. I wanted her to talk about the new Los Angeles real estate tax. Well, that's kind of complicated and you want to be careful when you're doing that. And if your town or city has something that's going on, you could very easily ask Chat to talk about it. So here's what it did. It wrote an article all about the tax, the new tax. I can take that copy, I can go into LinkedIn, I can go into any social media, or I could turn on my camera and I could read that on YouTube and try and make it a little bit more interesting. We also have the area content. So if you want to be, if you are the local expert, you still may need a little bit of help. And so I'm going to show you what that looks like here. We went and well, let's do it in real time. Okay. As a realtor, talking with my market, tell us about the local on
You still with us, Bill?
yeah.
Okay.
In, let's say, Beverly Hills. Us. The current market. In February. So let's go ahead and hit that and see what Chat has to say. So why are we doing this? We are always, of course, wanting to be the local expert. And so we definitely want to be able to communicate across all social media and even in videos. So now you can get the content that you need to be able to do that. So I am here it is from Malibu. Okay, so Malibu, very succinctly talking about February, is showing the average price for the month, the number of homes sold, the increase, and watch this. It's even talking about a very powerful piece. It's telling us here that in December, it was announced that billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk purchased a $100 million property in the area. And this high profile purchase could attract more buyers to the area and increase the value of other neighborhood homes. So use Chat to get local area content that you can use for a blog and of course on all social media. And then if you want, put one screen up, turn on your YouTube, camera on your, on your Zoom or whatever you're recording on, and go live and start to talk about that kind of content. So be the local expert. The other thing I want to talk about that's not necessarily Chat, but you could, I use Chat to come up with a door knocking script. And it didn't do as good a one. So I'm going to give you mine, and I'm going to suggest that you do this little trick. Go into KV Core and you go down to the area where it says areas that you serve. And there will be all of your areas. And if they're not, you want to definitely text KV Core and make sure they're there. But I'm going to go down to Malibu, for example. I'm going to click on that button and it's going to open up the market area. It's going to be a complete neighborhood report. You want to go and grab that link and make a big QR code and print that for example, on a mailer or a mailer card. I did it like this. Okay. So when you have that kind of valuable content and you're at the door, it's a different game. So it's not you walking the door, say, hi, I'm Bill Kerbox. I happen to be in the area. When are you planning on moving? Here's the news story. Hey, good morning. It's Bill Kerbox, EXP. You know, I'm here today delivering a current update on the market. I put it all right here. All you do is you slide your phone right over this. It's going to give you a complete update. While I'm here, have you guys ever considered making a move? And then, of course, if you were to move, believe it or not, where do you think you'd go? And then you take all the pressure off and you say, is there anything happening in the neighborhood? Have you heard of anybody that may be selling, or any of your friends? You just get conversational. But the difference is, if you're out door knocking, I know the numbers because I made tons of money door knocking. If you've got something unique to offer, it gives you a different confidence. So I would highly recommend. Your competition is probably not out there door knocking. I've listed $4 million homes that are now worth over 20 million doing that. So I would highly recommend that with the QR code. The other thing I want to talk about that is not necessarily just related to chat today, but it's about funnels. If you're looking at, and most of us here are EXP people, if you're watching what the Kinder Reeses and what the big boys, the Zillows, everybody is doing funnels. And there's an inherent difference between a funnel and a follow-up boss type system. A funnel is a way for you to be able to create valuable content that you can deliver via SMS, email, and video. So if you have the ability to go, there's a lot of different places that you can go. I highly recommend you find a funnel that's already built. I'm not gonna promote my own company in here, but I do own realtyfunnel.io. You can go to chat. I mean, there's a number of different funnel companies, but I highly recommend you start building a bucket. So when you're out there door knocking, when you're talking to people, you're going to have the ability to put somebody in a bucket. I spoke with people in Florida recently, and I said, "What does your broker have you doing?" He said, "Well, they were with Keller Williams or something." And they said, "Well, they've got me calling for sale by owners and expireds." And I said, "Okay, great. How's that going?" Well, I said, "It was horrible. You know, they hang up and blah, blah, blah." I said, "Well, then what do you do?" "Well, I put them in my Rolodex and I call them again." The difference is, with a funnel, you put them in that funnel, and that funnel is going to deliver great content to them that you've created that is of value. And that's where chat comes in. In your funnel, you can choose the top 5 or the top 10 pieces of content. You could write, chat, write me a short blog on the top 5 things you need to do before listing your home for sale. And you put that in and sequence that in your funnel. Then you go to your next one. Chat, please talk about the value of home staging. You've got your second. So you write your articles, then you put them in a funnel. Then when you're at the door, the QR code now goes to the funnel, and you can articulate to the homeowner, listen, if you ever consider making a move, just swipe this code and you go into my system. It'll tell you everything you need about the process of preparing your home for sale. And one of the pieces in the funnel should definitely be a link to the sell button in KV Core, because here's the deal. If you use that now for the home value, it'll give you 3 values in 2 seconds. But here's the problem. It only requires their address, which in many ways is great, because that is the key to success for Zillow. But understand this, Zillow is already sending most of your clients their home value every month. The difference with a funnel is that you, in the series, in the sequence, you put a link to that value. They'll get the 3 values, but they won't be pounded with home values, and you've already got their information, because KB Core is not getting their information. It's only getting their address. And so consider looking at a good funnel. It's going to take a lot of pressure off. So if you're door knocking or you're going for expireds, use ChatGPT to write valuable information. You're going to be amazed at the quality of the content that you can now write. So that would be another strong one. So again, my philosophy and my success in real estate has always been networking and relationships. And so you've got two pieces of that. You've got all the events in your community. Show up, be there, be seen, have that card with you, right? Whether it be the neighborhood report or the funnel or the home value. And you've got the farmers markets, you've got holiday events. Get back to work. Don't sit at home and turn on the TV and say, well, it's too cold, or I'm not going out. Get involved in the neighborhood. And I think another piece of that is to stay in contact with something of value to your sphere of influence. And so that's, again, where chat comes in. Go to have chat write a neighborhood report for you, and when you're calling, you basically can articulate that message to them. And so those are my top 5 ways to use chat. There are hundreds of others, but I'm trying to integrate this with being more of an active prospector and getting out there and using the content so you don't get stuck, because now you've got a good message, from the videos to the blogs to the funnels. You now have got the tools to have you able to, give them that great information.
Bill, in our closing minutes, I want to give time to answer any questions that somebody has.
Yeah. I don't see any in the chat here. Let me ask you guys, who of you have been using Chat GPT, and how are you using it?
Just getting started here.
Is anyone here using chat? And if so, how? Come on, John, jump in, buddy.
I haven't used it at all, Bill. I haven't used it at all. I'm trying to figure it all out.
Okay, well, the good news is
that's why we're on the call.
We just figured it out for you. Just get on there and try it. 10 minutes. Try it today.
Yep, sounds good. We'll do.
I really like the fact that this really helps us, and it takes up a lot of our time that normally we'd have to sit and research on Google.
Yeah.
And chat gives us source. Plus, it gives us content for our next video.
100%. And remember, don't have it write the script, have it write the outline. The only way in, the people that are talking about passive prospecting are building their whole story around YouTube. And here's the good and the bad. And this is my experience and my belief, that you really do need to be jumping in and using video, but you can never think that a YouTube video is going to do what they're telling you. There are multiple people saying, oh my God, pay me $4,100 and do 2 videos a month and we'll optimize it and we'll show you. Okay, that's great, but that's not happening. Use chat today for one thing, to write you a area market update, and then go on YouTube and basically talk about it for under 3 minutes and see what happens. You just jump in and do it.
Hey, Bill, I've been using it for building up property descriptions just for our MLS here, and it's worked well for that. I've used it in about 3 here over the last week, and it's been good at spitting out stuff and areas. I'm up in Alberta, Canada, but
Yeah.
I give the area that we're going into, and it pulls
Yeah.
off like the amenities and proximity to schools and stuff like that. So it gives a little bit more in-depth property description.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, it's not perfect, but it will be because it's learning. We're training chat right now. And there are a lot of, I'll be honest, it's overwhelming. I go on Instagram and I'm going through that, and there's 5 new chat things, 5 new AI, this, that. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, are we going to have a job tomorrow? I mean, seriously. But Frank talked about it a little bit before the show. And it was talking about the pros and the cons. The pros are, and that's what we should be looking at. How can we be better realtors, right? We know we have to be the market expert. We have to know. And I'll close with this. One of my clients is a huge producer. She manages multi-billion-dollar annual producer. And she's listed 150, $200 million homes. Those listing presentations are different than the ones you're making. You're not waiting to tell them, oh, we're going to put it in the magazine. We're going to do it. She knows everything. She knows the one 2 doors down that sold quietly. She knows one that's coming on. She knows the builder working in the area. She knows about the person that died 2 blocks over. You gotta dig in. That's the difference between us and Zillow. So even Michael Valdez, one of our fearless leaders, I've been doing some great video, and he says, get out there and know the market. Go in every caravan you can. This is all basic stuff. But agents have gotten lazy, right? The last 2 years have been very, very easy. So now it's time to get back to work. Forget about passive prospecting. Let's get to active prospecting. Let's be seen in our community. Let's use chat to help us do the dirty work of reminding us of what's going on in the market, or giving us our titles for LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, and allow us to be better at what we do, because it's really the human connection that is going to soar us into the future.
Okay, everybody, we've reached kind of our time limit, and I thank everybody for coming on. I told you I was going to be short and brief. I can't wait until next week's Tech Tuesday with Bill, because he always fills us in with stuff that I don't want to think about, because I'm all about showing me the money.
Yeah, it's true.
And thank God we got somebody like Bill who cuts through all this stuff. And Bill, can you put your phone number?
Yeah, let me put it in there right now.
And let me tell you, some of you who are afraid to ask questions, like, for example, where do you go to get ChatGPT? How do you navigate it? Call Bill. He'll be able to help you. And there is no dumb question, because I know some of you are just starting. Some of you are up here like Jesse.
Yeah.
And everything in between. Let's don't hide behind social media. Let's get off our butts and go work with our clients.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have a great
All
week.
right, love everybody. Give me a call
See you
personally.
next Tuesday.
Got it.